Hi Taurus, welcome to your September horoscope tarot prediction. I'm Sally Kent and I hope you enjoy your reading. So let's see what you can expect at the beginning of September. Okay, so the first card that's come out is the Queen of Cups. So this says to me that you're going to be really getting in touch with your emotions at the beginning of the month. You may find yourself feeling like you know what's going to happen before it's going to happen, so you're likely to be definitely getting in touch with your psychic vibes. But most importantly, there's definitely an emergence of emotional intelligence that you can expect. You can expect to be feeling more secure and actually happy to be sitting with your feelings. It's almost like you've been going through a process in August of identifying kind of what emotions you want to feel more of, what emotions you don't want to feel anymore. And there's definitely a wisdom and a maturity in terms of your emotions that's happening in September, and you're starting to see the results of the inner work that you've been putting in. You're starting to see the results of that in your personal relationships. So you're likely to be getting on better with your partner if you're in a relationship. You're also likely to be getting on better with your children if you have children. The Queen of Cups energy is essentially about you befriending yourself and really befriending all of your feelings, listening to that wisdom from within that comes from that emotional GPS that is the heart, and allowing it to guide you really. So you're going to be rewarded, sweetheart, in September for all the inner work that you've been doing in August and leading up to September. So that's good news. Let's see what else comes up. I think like knowing Tauruses, like my nan was a Taurus and she's my best friend, and she was incredibly grounded because, you know, Taurus, the symbol is the bull. They've got 4 feet on the ground. It's just very dependable, very reliable. You know, my nan was kind of not only the matriarch of the family because she was the grandmother, but her Taurus energy drew people to her. You know, she'd be walking down the high street and she'd be chatting to everybody as she went, asking how they were. And, you know, just, you guys have this immense kindness about you and this real goodness in your heart. And September offers you the opportunity to really step into that heart power. You know, the more loving you can be towards yourself will help you to be kinder and more loving towards other people. And stresses and strains can just fall away in September. You know, people are naturally drawn to you because you're so blooming lovely. So let's see what else beginning of September can offer you. Okay, this is exciting. So we've got the Fool as well, which is the beginning of the tarot journey. So you're definitely starting new things in September. This is the emergence of a new mindset, a new routine, a new way of doing things, but most importantly, a new way of looking and feeling about things. So I honestly feel that it's the work that you've been doing internally to kind of sift through some difficult emotions and face some challenges, and you've been doing so well to overcome things and to speak your truth, even if your voice has been shaking. You know, you've been able to speak up, and I'm so proud of you, Tauruses. Like, you keep it up because you're being rewarded by a new opportunity. So this could take the form in like a new property, a new position at work, and it can be like a completely new way of looking at things. But the Fool brings excitement, energy, optimism. So you can expect the beginning of September for you to feel like you're starting again in some way, and that the slate is being wiped clean. And there's an element of discovery here as well, where you're excited to find out what's going to happen, and you're excited to kind of pursue the future. It's like the future can be exciting again for you in September. Also accompanying those cards, we've got the Four of Cups. So this is depicting an inner emotional state that's quite uncomfortable. Excuse me. So I'll just have a drink. So you may be feeling at the beginning of September like a little bit bored, a little bit frustrated with something emotionally. It's like having a bee in your bonnet. And the message of this card is for you to sit with those feelings, and we discussed this at the beginning of the reading, that we are rewarded when we can sit with our emotions, especially the difficult ones, because nobody likes to sit with difficult emotions. you know, we've been taught in society to distract ourselves, you know, put the telly on, watch something on the internet, call a friend, you know, anything but just sit with what those feelings have got to tell us. And that is the gift of the Four of Cups, is that if we can really examine why it is we feel dissatisfied, often we find a nugget of truth or a flash of insight that completely alters our perspective and helps us to kind of put things in compartments, really, and we can prioritise and go after what it is that truly matters to us. So if you are feeling a little bit down at times during the beginning of September, remind yourself that those feelings are there to help push you towards more happiness, you know. So it's not about distracting yourself, it's about asking yourself why you feel like, you know, frustrated, bored, annoyed about someone or something in particular. Because when you ask yourself that, then you'll find out kind of the real reason why this is happening. It's because it's to push you towards seeking out more joy and, you know, standing up for yourself, and in the sense that no, this is what I want, no, this is what I need, and, you know, really putting your matters at the top of your priority list. Because if you have a family and a partner, by you taking good care of yourself and, you know, speaking your truth and saying what it is that you find either dissatisfying or what you'd like to change or what it is that you'd like to go after, you help them to love you more, because then they know how to support you. You know, none of us are mind readers. You know, I'm a psychic and I love reading tarot, but you know, I haven't got like a phone line where I can listen to people's thoughts. I can pick up energy and things like that. So we have to do our bit in communicating what we want and need to our loved ones. So that's the message for you, the beginning of September. I hope you're enjoying this reading so far. So let's have a look at the middle of September for you. Okay, so the middle of September looks to be quite a happy time, really, because this card is associated with celebration, and it's about celebration in terms of work, achieving something on an outer level that first originated in here and in here, you know, in your heart and in your mind. So something you've been visualising and working towards for a while is likely to come to fruition in mid-September, which is likely to bring about a lot of celebrations and kind of other people in your life wanting to celebrate with you. Also in mid-September, you're being asked to open your heart and to communicate your feelings in an authentic and genuine way to your loved ones, and especially to your partner if you're in a relationship. By opening up your heart and discussing what it is that you feel both positively and negatively, you actually remove stagnation from the relationship. You know, if there's only peace and harmony in a relationship, it's still stagnant. You know, and also if there's only kind of disharmony and conflict, then there's stagnancy as well. So it's about finding that balance of being able to communicate things that are difficult to say and difficult to hear, and also, you know, communicating things which are easy to communicate and which are nice to hear. We need to kind of express both of our feelings, and that's what Temperance always symbolises, is that she's ceaselessly pouring one cup of water into another one, and that's to symbolise positive and negative feelings, and that we have to keep our feelings flowing in order for harmony and for real growth and balance to happen in our heart. So if you've been having difficulties in a particular relationship, for instance, you may find that September there's great healing, because the Temperance card symbolises healing happening in a relationship, often through a healing conversation. But it starts with, at first, acknowledging what it is we feel on a deep level, and then articulating it when we feel comfortable, ready and safe to do so. Let's have a little look to see what you can expect at the end of September. Okay, so there's a lot of messages here for people that are in relationships. So if there are any Tauruses watching that aren't in a relationship, I would interpret these cards to you as that you have an opportunity this month to really examine your relationship with yourself and your relationship with others on a grand scale. You know, who are your favourite people? Why do you like spending time with them? If you're an introvert and you enjoy spending your time by yourself, why is that? What is it that you give to yourself that others don't give to you? Because there seems to be an emergence of kind of this gratitude really for your relationships. So if if you're a Taurus watching that is in a relationship, you can expect things to be going really well in September, especially towards the end of September, because it seems like the communication that you're doing within yourself is then kind of translating on an outer level, and it's beautiful because the Lovers card is asking you to really ask yourself what is it about your partner that you love, because relationships are our clearest mirrors, and usually there's something in our partner that we wish to be able to integrate and be like ourselves, and vice versa. So they're attracted to you for a reason, because you embody something that they want more of and that they are trying to develop for themselves. This is why, you know, lovers are often seen in this, you know, tight embrace, is because it's literally like, I want to become you, I want to be you, let's conjoin. And it's, but this happens not just on a physical level, you know, with a sexual relationship, but also on a philosophical level, a psychological level, and an emotional level, spiritually as well. So it's about really examining kind of your inner drives in terms of this relationship, because the answers that you receive in terms of kind of understanding why you're attracted to this person will help you to feel more developed yourself. So also towards the end of September we have the Tower, which says to me that you're undergoing a huge transformation. So you're stripping back the things that no longer matter to you and that stress you out. Like, you're not interested in doing any more like arguing, like you don't want any kind of conflict and drama and gossip. You just want to get on with things, and you want things and people to be real with you. This is an incredibly spiritual time for you towards the end of September. I do feel that you would really benefit from drinking more water than you usually would, because this is going to help you to kind of detoxify not only your body but your emotions as well, and help you clearly see who's being real and who isn't, because often the Tower can symbolise masks coming away. You know, people that we thought were a particular way, suddenly, you know, the mask comes off and we see who they truly are. And there's that quote, isn't there? Forgive me because I can't remember who says it, but it says, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. So for some of you, I feel that's really going to like click, because I can feel it. But when I said to you that the end of September is going to be an incredibly spiritual time, what I mean by that is that the Tower comes to us at a time to kind of, for us to kind of clear the decks so that we can welcome the new in. So there's definitely like a shift, not only in your perspective, but some of you in your living situation. You could hear news of kind of a house that you've been hoping to find, and or there's actually like a change internally for you mentally, and kind of realizing that actually the things that you've been seeing as a stress are actually a blessing. So there's definitely flashes of insights, there's understanding that comes to you from kind of a higher place, from the heavens, from the universe. You know, you may find yourself seeking out more things like this, you know, videos and insight into kind of spiritual matters. So kind of surround yourself with people that you feel like you can be vulnerable with, because I'm not saying that you're going to be like feeling really vulnerable. It's just that when we feel like we can be vulnerable, if we need to be, we tend to be the most relaxed, and that's when blessings can come to us more. So overall, I feel like by you really getting in touch with your feelings and following the good feelings, but when some negative ones prop up, allowing yourself to kind of like sit with them and listen to what they've got to say, so that you can really make positive changes, really, because there's so many blessings that are waiting to come to you, but it's almost like you're spending quite a bit of time up here. So just give yourself some space, if you can, to be able to kind of sit and turn down the volume of the outside world and turn the volume up of the inside world, because then you'll be able to kind of hear and sense this guidance that's coming through. So just to finish, I'm going to just pull one more card and ask what's the most important thing Taurus needs to know right now. Okay, yeah, so you're being asked to organise. So for some of you, I feel like moving house is definitely on the agenda. It's kind of like on your mind. I can kind of see and feel like you know, I need to do da 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 da, and I can feel the kind of stress building. So For some of you that are kind of thinking about moving house and are looking at properties and things like that, you're being asked to be organised and disciplined. So if you know that you're going to move, why don't you start packing? Because that's going to make it easier for you in the long run. Not only will you have less things around, so you'll have less things on your mind, you're actually sending a message to the universe that you're ready to find for the next step, you know. So for some people would kind of, in this situation with a house, some people would kind of wait to find the house and then start packing, and it would be like a stressful 2 weeks perhaps beforehand. So but when you know like the energy and the flavour of the universe, so to speak, and through astrology and tarot and things like that, you can prepare yourself. So, and this is what the Queen of Swords energy is about. It's about you doing what needs to be done, but also being gentle with yourself in the process. Like, some of you need to hear this, that nobody's perfect, everybody's perfectly imperfect, so don't be too hard on yourself. If you're too rigid and seeking too much perfection, you're actually going to come across to other people as quite cold and quite aloof, really. And you, of all people, are not cold and aloof. You know, you're one of the most gentle, loving signs there is. So just take good care of you this month. And, you know, if you are, there's definitely, for those of you that aren't moving house or aren't planning to, there's something that you're being asked to organise, that you'll have the energy to kind of to do this towards the end of September, and you'll be able to kind of cut yourself off from emotional situations so that you can get what needs to be done completed. But it's also just making sure that you, again, allow your emotions to be part of the process, because with the Queen of Swords energy, sometimes we can cut off from our emotions, and then people around us kind of see us as quite cold and aloof. And so the advice I would give you is to kind of give yourself space to kind of really feel what it is that you want and need, because then everything else will fall into place, sweetheart. So so that was your September reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, please share. I'd appreciate that. And as I'm a newbie on here, I would love some subscribers. That would be fab. I'd love to hear if it resonated with you. I hope it has. And if you would like a private reading with me, the links and information are below. And until then, I'm going to do some mantras at the end. I'm going to chant some Shakti mantras. They are a form of Sanskrit, which is an Indian-based energy language. So by hearing Sanskrit, you actually receive the energy. And I'm going to chant some Goddess Lakshmi mantras at the end so that you receive abundance. So I hope you have a fabulous September, and I will see you in the October readings. But for now, here is the Lakshmi mantras. Shri Mahalakshmi Yaha Swa. 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 If you liked that, look up Sanskrit. It's awesome. Seriously, just hearing it the first time, I felt like something changed in me. But actually chanting it, it changes your energy and changes, like, you emit your own frequency, and that's when magic can come to you. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope you liked it, and I'm sending you all so much love. Bye for now, and I'll see you in October.